Well, I hope everybody can hear me now, but I was trying to do a midday real quick, and of course, she did not want to work. I love technology. I must have hooked to the car, but either way, I am back, and I've got to head to a 12:30 appointment, so I wanted to still do this and not let the devil win. So I'm gonna get this midday out one way or another. I hope you can hear me because I'm not looking at my phone to see where it is at. So I wanted to talk to you today about how are you handling it. There is a proper way to handle things in our life. There's a proper way to handle your marriage. There's a proper way to handle your children. There's a proper way to handle relationships at church. There's a proper way. I want you to do me a favor. Chat, put there's a proper way. There's a proper way. And within that proper way, I want to tell you about a story that I read this morning that I found in Second Samuel. In this instance, David had received the Ark of the Lord, which is the Ark of the Lord was the symbol of God's presence. It was the had given us to represent His presence. It was to be in the hands of Israel, and where the Ark of the Lord was, if it was in the wrong hands, it was a curse. But if it was in the right hands, it was a blessing. And so, when David received back the Ark of the Lord, what had happened was in the Levitical law, it was required that the priests, the Levites, were to carry the Ark of the Lord on the shoulders of the priest. It was a box that contained some special objects. Two angels were around it with the wings covering it. And there was two rods that went through. It was all decorated, and the Levites were designed to carry it. There was representation there. But what happened was is David got so excited that what did was he built a cart for the Ark of the Lord. And with that, he put the Ark of the Lord on top of this cart, and this cart he designed to carry the Ark of the Lord back to Jerusalem. Well, what happened was is when the oxen were pulling this cart, the ox stumbled, and it caused the ark that was sitting on this cart to start to fall off the cart. And there was a guy that was there that went and reached out and grabbed the Ark of the Lord to push it back on the cart. But because, according to the law, only the Levites were to handle the ark, that person ended up dying. And there's a reason why in that aspect as well. And so David was upset at this. What was supposed to be a joyful occasion became a situation where it was sad. Like David was mad. Why would this person die by trying to do something good? But that leads us to the question of how are you handling it? Because even if you're doing something good, if you handle it incorrectly, there could still be wrong consequences. Why God said the Levites were to carry it was because that the ark was never meant to be pulled or to be handled by something less than something he wanted to fill or to use. And so with David building a cart for the ark, it was something that it was not meant to be handled. It was not meant to be pulled by an ox. It was meant to be carried by God's children. Specific. And within this context, I wanted us to just be able to see and understand that God wills for His presence to be on His people. God wills and wants to be in the work of our life. God wills and wants to help and to lead and to guide you into where He wants you to be. Just like God wanted David to have the Ark of the Lord in Jerusalem with him. But what happened was because David mishandled the presence of God, there was something negative that happened because of it. And when we mishandle our children the way that we're supposed to raise them, when we mishandle the good thing of our wife or our husband, there can become a curse or a bad thing that happens from the good thing that God gives. And so I wanted us to be able to just look and to realize that what we have in this life is a good thing. Your house is a good thing. Your car is a good thing. Your relationships, they are good things. But how are you handling them? How are you managing them? Are you trying to pawn off the responsibility that you were supposed to have on somebody else? Listen, your school and your church was never meant to raise your children. You were meant to raise your children. How are you handling them? Your neighbor or your church was never meant to love your wife. Husbands, you're meant to love your wives. Ladies, your church or your husband's job was never meant to take care of the fulfillment of that husband. You were meant to be his biggest cheerleader and to love and to respect him. And on we can go with this. And so what we have is a good thing. But what happens is if we handle it improperly, something negative could come from it. And so with this being a midday motivation, all I was trying to get to you is to realize that what potentially might be a bad thing in your life, it's meant to be a good thing for you. What you're doing, it's meant to be a good thing. But maybe it's just how we're handling it that's causing these consequences. How we're handling it is causing these issues. And so with that being said, I wanted to encourage you. Maybe pray and ask the Lord today, how am I handling this thing that I am not liking? How are you handling your job? Is it like this job has been meant to be a blessing to me, but how I'm handling it is the reason why that this job, things have been dying all around me, why I don't have joy anymore, why I don't have peace anymore. Maybe it's because I'm handling it improperly. And so maybe bring that to the Lord today so he can maybe reveal to you how you've been handling it, how he wants you to handle it. And from there, maybe God can bring a resurrection, a new life, a reconciliation within that process to bring you peace where you've been lacking in it. So that's where I would hope to encourage you today. I love you guys. I'm so sorry this was a quick and awkward one today because I'm trying to focus on the road and not what I'm saying. And I'll learn how to run this new technology and get it out to you better. So, guys, thank you so very much for your time. Hit the share button if this blessed you. And I believe that God wants to do amazing things in and through you. Love you guys. Have a great